Palaniuk. My head is pounding. Oh, hello. I have not had any bloopers this video because I am a professional. Hello book lovers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steph, and in today's video we will be doing my April Disney Villainous TBR game. If this is the first TBR game of mine that you are watching, I will leave the entire playlist linked down below in the description so that you can check out all of the other months and see how we play my Disney Villainous TBR game. Every month I do like to recap the previous month, so I will recap how I did in the month of March. But again, I was able to read every single book that was on my March TBR, so I will not let you know whether or not I read a book or not. Just know that I did complete my entire March TBR, but let's go very quickly through all of the prompts from last month's TBR and then jump right in to April's TBR game. So for role number 1, we did get a play a card, and the prompt on this play a card is a pet pick, and I also will be adding the 2 power at the top of this card. And the book that Lucy chose for me to read was The Black Farm by Elias Withrow. Role number 2, we got another play a card. The prompt on this play a card is a book that everybody has read but me. Again, I am adding the 1 power on the top of this card. And the book that I chose for this was Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. Role number 3, we did get a Fate, and the book that was randomly selected for this was Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. Role number 4 was a randomize, and the book that was randomly selected from my own TBR is going to be A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch by Sarah Hawley. Role number 5, we did get a hero battle. The hero that we did battle was Perdita, and her prompt was a book that I have been avoiding, and the book that I chose for this prompt was When I Am Dead by Hannah Morrissey. I am so glad that I finally have this off of my shelves, and I definitely will be unhauling this one. Role number 6 was an activate, so a book that has been on my TBR for a long time or that I have been avoiding, and the book I chose for this was When the Reckoning Comes by LaTanya McQueen. Role number 7, we did get another play a card. The prompt on this play a card was just a romance book, so I could read any romance book. I am going to be adding the 3 power from this card, and the book I chose for this was A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. For role number 8, we did get another play a card. The prompt on this play a card was a movie or TV adaptation, again adding the 1 power from this card, and the book that I chose for this prompt was Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. Moving on to the additional 4 roles that we did have to add for the month of March. Role number 9 was a Fate, and the book that was randomly selected from Goodreads for me to read was The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I am happy that I was forced to finally read this book, and I am so happy that I did decide to physically read it. Role number 10 was another activate, so something I have been putting off, and the book I chose for this was The Butcher by Jennifer Hillier. Role number 11 was a random, and the book that was randomly selected from my TBR was The Babysitter's Coven by Kate Williams. And finally, role number 12, we did land on 1 power, so I could read any book I was in the mood for, and I did end up deciding to read A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. Okay, so we did end March's TBR game with 16 power, so we will start April's TBR game with 16 power, which means that it is very likely that we will reach our 20 power limit, meaning that we will be choosing a new villain for the month of May. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's start with how many rolls we will be doing for the month of April and roll number 1. So this is going to be April's TBR game. We did end the month with 16 power after I added up all of the play cards, and we are also starting on this space right here as we ended on this space last month. So let us see how many rolls we will be doing for the month of April. That is a 10, I believe. Yeah, that's a 10, and I think I'm gonna take that because I'm so sick of rolling 7s every month, so we will take the 10 and switch it up a little bit. Roll number 1, 5, 3 power, So for roll number 1, we did land on 3 power, so that means an anticipated release. And the book that I'm choosing for this is going to be My Husband by Maud Ventura. This is one that I have wanted to read for a very long time. It has been very highly anticipated for a very long time. And this, we are basically following a woman who becomes obsessed with her husband and kind of like testing him to see if he still loves her just as much as when they first got together. But then I believe her obsession kind of takes like a dangerous turn, and we are just following her and how she is just completely obsessed with her husband. I feel like this is going to be just like very weird lit fic, but again, I have been anticipating this one for a long time, so very excited to have this one on the TBR. Roll number 2. 1. Play a card. Multiple villains. So for roll number 2, we did get a play a card. The prompt on this play a card is a book with multiple villains. And the book that I'm putting on the TBR for this is kind of like cheating, but I'm going to count it, and that is going to be Mistress of Evil by Serena Valentino. This is the next book that I have to read in this series where we are following the story from the villain's perspective. I just feel like it would be absolutely perfect to add this to my Disney Villainous TBR game. And we do follow Maleficent, who is a villain, but also I believe that there is a dragon in here that I'm also classifying as a villain, so I am counting it for multiple villains. And yeah, again, I do need to continue on with the series, and this one is pretty short, and they are very, very fast to read, so I am excited to get this one on the TBR. Roll number 3. 2. Fate. So for roll number 3, we did get a Fate, and the 4 books that were randomly selected from my Goodreads recommendations are Monstrous by Marjorie Liu, Watch Over Me by Nina LaCour, For the Wolf by Hannah Witten, and The Long Game by Elena Armas. So I will leave the random wheel spinner right here. And as you guys see, the book that was randomly selected is The Long Game by Elena Armas. So this sounds like it is following our main character, Adeline. It is a romance book, and I believe it is book 1 in this like new series from Elena Armas. And we are following Adeline as her father basically sends her to this like remote location to coach a very young girls soccer team. And while she is there, she realizes that this young girls soccer team doesn't really take it too seriously. But when she gets there, she realizes that there is also another person there named Cameron, who used to be a professional goalkeeper, and he is basically there to kind of like run her out of this town. This sounds like something I will actually enjoy. It sounds like it's not going to take itself too seriously, and I am happy to have a romance added to the TBR. Roll number 4. 3. Random. So for roll number 4, we did get a randomize, so I will insert the clip of me randomly selecting a book from my TBR. Okay, so we did get a randomize. So we are currently sitting at 855 unread books, so let's see what we get. 220. Did I Say You Could Go by Melanie Gideon. And as you guys saw, the book that was randomly selected is Did I Say You Could Go by Melanie Gideon. I don't think I've ever read anything by this author before. This is a thriller where we are following 2 mothers and 2 daughters who basically become very close. One of them does start buying the other one a lot of very like expensive gifts, and then they do have a falling out, or they are separated, and 7 years later, one of the mothers does find herself in a very like sticky situation, and the other mother does end up coming into her life again and trying to get her out of it. It sounds like this is going to be like very, very messy. And again, like I said, I don't think I've ever read anything by this author before, so I'm curious to see how I will feel about this one. Roll number 5. 2. 1 power. Roll number 5, we did get 1 power, so I can read an anticipated release, and the book that I am choosing for this is going to be Scythe and Sparrow by Brynne Weaver. This is the last book in the Ruinous Love trilogy. I am very excited to finally be able to close out this trilogy. For those of you who do not know, this is a like dark romance series where we do follow couples who are essentially serial killers. I actually really enjoyed book 1 and then wasn't a huge fan of book 2. I am not sure how people are feeling about book 3, but I am just excited to finally be done with this trilogy. Roll number 6. 1. Random. For rule number 6, we did get another randomize, so I will insert the clip of me randomly selecting a book. Okay, so we did get another randomize, so let's generate, oh, that's super close, 238. 238 is The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. And as you guys saw, the book that was selected is The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. I'm very excited that this actually got selected because this has been on my shelves for so long, and I keep wanting to pick it up but never ending up like actually picking it up. So I am very excited to get to this. The only thing I know about this is that we are following a main character named Mary Jekyll, and she one day discovers secrets about her father's past that leads her to believe that this serial killer named Edward Hyde may be on the loose and very close by. So she does end up trying to find Mr. Hyde because I believe that there is a very generous reward if he is like brought forward. I have heard really good things about this, but I don't really hear too many people talking about it. Again, something that I really wanted to pick up but just never have. So very excited that this did get randomly selected. Roll number 7. 3. 1 power. So for rule number 7, we did get another power. So again, an anticipated release. And the book that I'm choosing for this is going to be Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. I am currently almost finished with Heartless Hunter, which is book 1 in this series, and I am absolutely loving it. Like, I am getting very like high 4-star, like possibly even 5-star vibes from it. So I definitely want to jump right into book 2. I do believe that this is just a duology, so once I read this, it will be completed, which I also really love, and I am hoping that this is just as good as book 1 because again, I am absolutely loving it. I can't tell you what this is because again, it is book 2, but in book 1, it is a fantasy romance and we do follow Rune and Gideon, and it is like enemies to lovers. So Rune is a witch and Gideon is a witch hunter, and they both are kind of playing each other in this like game of cat and mouse to try and uncover the secrets about each other. And I'm just having a really good time with it. So excited to jump into book 2. So definitely wanted to get this one on the TBR. Roll number 8. 3. Play a card. Buzzword. So for roll number 8, we did get a play a card, and the prompt on this play a card is buzzword. And for those of you who do not know, which I'm sure everybody knows, Kayla over at Books and Lala does the buzzword-a-thon every year, and the buzzword for April is like nature and anything to do with that. Okay, editing Stephanie coming in hot. I just realized that the buzzword that I used is actually from 2024, and I was so out of it that I didn't realize that we are in 2025. So I am using the buzzword from 2024, and I'm not going to change the book because I've already filmed that entire clip and it would just be a mess to change it, so I am going to keep it. But just know that I do realize that mistakes were made. So the book that I am choosing for the buzzword is going to be What the Woods Took by Courtney Gould. Obviously, the buzzword here is going to be woods, as that has to do with nature. I have read from this author before and actually had a very good time with her book, so I am very excited to add this to the TBR. The only thing I know about this is it is a YA, like horror thriller mystery, and it has been compared to Yellow Jackets, which is a show that I did start watching and was very much enjoying. And it does follow a group of troubled teens in a wilderness therapy program, and then they do find themselves stranded in this forest, and there are apparently monsters that are trying to like take over. This sounds so good. I am very excited to get to this. And again, I have read from this author before and did really enjoy the book that I read. Roll number 9. 6. Activate. For roll number 9, we did get an activate. So a book that I have been putting off or has been on the TBR for a very long time. And the book that I am choosing for this is going to be In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. This book I have owned for years and years and years. I have wanted to read this for so long. I've heard that if you are into true crime, this was like the original book that came out and kind of like really took true crime to a different level. So I am very excited that I am finally going to get to this. I don't know why I have been putting it off for so long. It is quite long, and I don't even know what case this one is specifically following. But again, I have heard that this has been like the building block for true crime books over the years. So I am very excited, as I do really like to read true crime, like a few of them a year. So this will definitely help me do that for this year. And finally, our last roll, unless we get a hero, and that is going to be roll number 10. 5. Random. And finally, for roll number 10, I am so shocked that we did not get a hero battle this month, but I am definitely not complaining because I've been in kind of a little bit of a reading slump. But for roll number 10, we did get another randomize, so I will insert the clip of me randomly selecting a book from my own TBR. Okay, and then we have another randomize, which I love, 639. So 639 is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. And as you guys saw, the book that was randomly selected is going to be Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Again, very excited that this got selected. I'm a little bit nervous because it is quite long, but this has been something that I've wanted to read for a very long time. I also just opened my book and realized that this must have been from a book box that I was subscribed to like years ago, because it is a signed edition, which I absolutely love. This must not be the original cover. The only thing I know about this is that it does take place in a library setting, and I believe that there are like monsters that are also in this library. I don't really want to know too much else about this. That sounds absolutely perfect. And I have heard nothing but really good things. I feel like this has a very high rating and people have been really enjoying this. So I am very excited to have this on my TBR for April. Okay, so after adding up all of the power, we have in fact surpassed our 20 power limit. So that means that we will be choosing a new villain for the month of May. So I will leave all of the villain options down below in the description of this video. For you to vote, you just have to write what villain you would like me to play with next in the comments. So let me know what you guys want to see for the month of May. I'm super excited to see who we all vote for and who we will be playing as next month. That is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did make it to the end of this video, leave behind a butterfly emoji to represent Rebel Witch. If you did like today's video, I would love it if you hit that thumbs up like button. And as always, if you are new here, I would love to have you stick around. So please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all in my next one. Bye.